I learned about this guy here, Dan Wootton, from following Depp and Heard, and Dan is somebody who really had not nice things to say about Johnny, and now Dan's in the same situation Johnny was in, but the difference is Johnny proved himself innocent with evidence. As far as Dan doing that, well, that's what we'll have to see. But for now, it looks like a lot more people are picking this up every day. I see more and more headlines, more and more media sources jumping in. This one here is now from Deadline. By the time you see this video, there's probably going to be more out. Also, Dan's been trending on Twitter, and a pretty decent sized trend, by the way. So, it's called John Cleese urges mainstream press to investigate allegations against his future GB News colleague Dan Wootton from July 19th, 2023. John Cleese is a screenwriter, a comedian, and an actor, so he's pretty famous. It's always interesting when famous people pitch in, because obviously they're putting their opinion out there for everyone to see, to be proved wrong, or whatever. So let's hear John out. John Cleese has urged the mainstream press to check out the allegations of inappropriate behavior against Dan Wootton, his future GB News colleague. In a tweet yesterday, the Faulty Towers creator said the media's failure to investigate the story will be final proof of their complete corruption. Cleese will soon start hosting a GB News show, which he's previously joked will be for the much neglected demographic of viewers who are completely out of touch. Now, like I said, a lot more people have been picking this up. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight. It's pretty fresh still. I think within the last week from the time I'm recording this video. But I guess he means CNN, Fox, BBC, things like that. I mean, Fox has covered Marilyn Manson. We've seen Rolling Stone cover Marilyn Manson. People, things like that. So let's see if they pick up now on Danny Boy Wooten. If they, the mainstream press, give this the Boris phone treatment, and we could think of some other political stories that got completely buried and invisible, it is final proof of their complete corruption, added Cleese on Twitter as he retweeted an account promoting the investigation into Wooten. Well, I guess he's happy Deadline's picking this up. And they go on to mention the Byline Times article, which a lot of people are mentioning, by the way. It's one of the good ones. They also mention that allegedly Dan here was posing as Martin Branning, asking people to do sexual acts for quite a bit of money. Then finally, they remind everyone the Metropolitan Police have a 28-page report of evidence we're yet to see, and I can imagine if we did, this would clear up a lot. They mentioned the allegations emerged on Twitter from Wooten's ex, Alex Turby, and they also mentioned the hard drive, which allegedly has emails that connect Dan to this character, Martin Branning. Obviously, we're yet to see those. And despite Mr. Cleese's complaints, they say the Sun and Mail Online are looking into it. Now, I'm not sure exactly who counts as mainstream media. It seems like the Sun and Mail Online and Guardian are kind of mid-tier. I think what Cleese means is for the top tier, the biggest ones to pick it up who haven't yet. They mentioned Dan's video and how he said there are dark forces out to try and take this brilliant channel down regarding GB News. They link the video. They say Cleese has made a name for himself as something of an anti-woke campaigner in recent years, and he's been heavily critical of the BBC in particular. Along with his upcoming GB News show, the actor and comic is rebooting Faulty Towers with daughter Camelia Cleese and Rob Reiner's Castle Rock Entertainment after more than 4 decades, and he's already said the show will not be on the BBC. Okay, little unrelated there. Few more details on this guy John. And here's John's tweet. The mainstream press must check the story out. If they give this the Boris phone treatment, it is final proof of their complete corruption. Well, not a bad sentiment. Can't say he's completely wrong. And they link the video, to be fair, for everyone to check out. And honestly, it doesn't say much. It's Dan giving a bunch of excuses, using defenses he said in the past were pretty weak. So, this thing came out pretty recently, and already we see later stages of the game. For example, first stage, the news gets broken by somebody big enough for people to follow, which happened. The next stage, some more media picks up on it. The next stage, it starts trending on social media, which happened. The next stage, other famous people, not directly related, pitch in their opinion, which now we have happening. So I'll keep an eye on this. You guys, let me know what you think down below. I'm doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be real sad about it, but I'll get over it. Done here for now. See you next time.